Hi, everyone. I'm Manisha, the founder of Modulo, and today we're going to talk about some of my favorite online homeschooling programs. All of the programs that I am going to share with you today are based on scientific understanding. They're secular, they're accurate, and they've been tried by hundreds of homeschoolers who love them. Also, the online programs that we select are adaptive, meaning that your child can learn at their own pace and the program will adapt to them to make sure they're filling in any gaps that they might have while they're learning. So, online homeschooling programs is a huge topic area. There's almost 90 different subjects that I've counted, ranging from Japanese to math. So today we're going to focus a little bit just more on the core subjects, but I am going to just give you a little idea of how you can find programs in different areas and also how to identify which program is going to be the best fit for your unique child. And as you know, when your child loves their learning materials, it's just going to be a lot easier to motivate them to learn. So if you go to Modulo, you can see that we have this AI learning concierge. My team has spent over 10,000 hours and 10 years researching homeschooling programs to find ones that really support children's learning well. So if you like, you can start a chat with the AI concierge and ask them specific questions. I recommend sharing your child's grade, what activities they like, if they have any special needs, such as dyslexia or ADHD. And then the concierge can give you more tailored recommendations in the subject area that you're looking for. Another option is that you can just look on Find Curriculum, and we have a free curriculum planner where you just answer a couple questions, again, about your child's favorite activity, any special needs, their grades, and we'll recommend an all-in-one curriculum, a math and a literacy curriculum if your child's still learning how to read, as well as an all-in-one curriculum that we think that your particular child will like based on their archetype. For example, a child with ADHD who's a nature lover could love a nature-based curriculum like Blossom and Root, whereas a child who is profoundly gifted and loves video games might prefer a math curriculum such as Beast Academy or an all-in-one curriculum like Brain Pop. Okay, so that's just a little sense of how you can use Modulo to find the right curriculum for you if you're feeling overwhelmed. But otherwise, we're going to start with some of my favorite curriculum. First of all, I want to introduce you to Brain Pop and Brain Pop Junior. They are really fantastic adaptive learning apps. They are available in English and Spanish. They also have an English as a second language program. As you see, they cover all the subjects. They feel a little bit like a video game. The characters are really fun. K through 8th grade. They also have a homeschool subscription specifically. So if you are homeschooling, you can get a special discount just for your homeschooling family. Brain Pop Homeschool 3 through 8. And then they also have Brain Pop Junior. As you can see, it's not that expensive for an entire year of learning. And you can even try it out for free. And then Brain Pop Junior is for the younger children. And I just want to show here, so if you want to look for curriculum in specific subject areas, like all-in-one curriculum, Modulo has written reviews about a lot of these options. So for example, if you go to Brain Pop here, after you click on Find Curriculum and choose a subject area, you can see that we have a review of Brain Pop Homeschool, video about it, description, how to integrate it into homeschooling, what parents like and dislike, who we think it's an ideal fit for, and who it might be less of a fit for. In this case, kids who prefer more hands-on sensory activities, we wouldn't necessarily recommend Brain Pop. Now, if you're looking for a curriculum that's more aligned with school standards and also K through 12th grade, Time for Learning is a fantastic, it's one of the oldest secular homeschooling programs, only $29 a month, all the subjects. It's also adaptive. Kids love it. And you can be really assured that if you do want to eventually keep the door open to go back to a traditional school, or even if you're just looking for a supplement to school, this is a great one. I find Brain Pop to be a little more fun, engaging, eclectic, is also aligned with school standards, but this is a little bit more traditional and straightforward. If you're looking for something totally free, Khan Academy is a tried and true free curriculum. It can be a little bit dry if your kid doesn't like watching the videos. They're not quite as engaging, but it's free. You can't go wrong. I do actually really love the Khan Academy Kids app. So if your child is pre-K through second grade, I would start here instead of starting at Khan Academy. It's also totally free, covers all the subjects. Another option, IXL, is very school standards aligned. It can be even great for supplementing school, and they do have a somewhat free membership to start off with, but then afterwards you have to pay for additional features. So that can be a great choice. Now, for preschoolers, if your kid wants an adaptive learning app, and again, online homeschooling programs are not the only option. There's a lot of great hands-on, nature-based physical programs that are also open and go, but this video is specifically about online programs. So Homer is a wonderful app for preschool. It's one of the few programs I recommend for both literacy and math. I usually recommend that if a family is doing an all-in-one program, they choose a math supplement or a literacy supplement because those particular topics are a bit difficult to design, and most of the all-in-one programs don't do them well. However, Homer, I do think, is an exception, and it's one of the rare apps that actually engages young learners. I mean, I think that most kids who are on 3 or 4 get bored pretty easily on apps or distracted, but Homer seems to be able to keep even really young kids engaged. I would say if your child, try not to use this app as just passive entertainment. Your child is going to really get a lot more out of it if you engage with them and talk to them while they're doing the app. We have a couple other videos about screen time. We've interviewed Rachel Thomas a lot, who has thought very deeply on this subject and has a child who's benefited a lot from educational apps and other online tools. And we always recommend if you do want to use an app, don't just kind of hand it to your child and go away. Actually use it with them because then it becomes relational educational time as opposed to just purely entertainment. All right, now, if your child is learning to read and has dyslexia, Nessie is an awesome choice. Any parent I've met whose child has a reading disability, who does pretty well online and was looking for a better solution, just loves Nessie. So I don't think you can really go wrong with this unless you're kind of trying to push your kids to do online activities and they do better with sensory activities. We have a lot of other videos and resources about literacy tools, but if you do think an online app is going to work well for your child with dyslexia, Nessie is just great. And it goes up to through age 18. So if you have an older child who's struggling to read for whatever reason, this can be an awesome option. And they also have a free trial. So that's exciting. Okay, let's talk a little bit about online math programs. As I said, please get a math program, even if you have an all-in-one program. So many children have low math confidence, or they're gifted in math and need to move more quickly and be more intellectually challenged. So just people don't really tend to design programs well in math when they're also designing all-in-one programs. You want someone who is really maybe a math educator who designed a program, or someone who just said, I'm going to do math right, so kids really love it. A lot of math design for school is very much focused on learning the procedures and the formulas that help kids do well in school, as opposed to giving them a deep love and deep understanding of math. Okay, so my favorite online math programs. We are going to start out with a really delightful program I recommend to so many families, which is Beast Academy. Okay, we're still on Nessie there. So, Beast Academy online. Now, just be aware that there's a Beast Academy books and a Beast Academy online. So, if you're looking for an online program, you'll obviously want the online program. This is really a fantastic choice for gifted learners, for any learner, gifted or not, who loves video games, for parents who are just really feeling like, I want my child to understand math deeply and love math, and I don't care about school standards. Beast Academy, you cannot go wrong. If your child has low math confidence, or, maybe like really likes video games, but math kind of isn't their thing, they have math anxiety, I think Prodigy is a wonderful choice. It's designed a bit like Pokemon, and it has these really fun extrinsic rewards, like you can win different types of prizes. And so if a kid is struggling with math, it can be a really good option for them. We find use it a lot in our tutoring program as well as Beast Academy. And basically, we just have the child play the game and screen share, and then a tutor will help them if they get stuck, or they'll suggest that the child watches one of the really great videos that Prodigy has made to explain concepts. And I've interviewed the founder of Prodigy on my podcast, and what we talk a lot about is the proximal zone of development. So Prodigy is designed to be not too hard and also not too easy. And it's that proximal zone of not too frustrated and not too bored that keeps kids excited and wanting to learn and keep going. And there's some really fun elements too, like you can play with other kids in your homeschooling community. So Prodigy is just a great choice for that. And then I will also say we have a post that I wrote with 200 different YouTube videos that we recommend. And you can also see on this YouTube channel, we also have about 200 on our playlist. But YouTube is such a wonderful way to learn online and free. I mean, you need to get a premium subscription if you don't want to see ads. But one of my own favorites that I'm going to be using to learn is Crash Course. It's these fantastic videos built by professors, everything from world mythology to Black American history to linguistics, and they do have one for younger children as well. Some great new video here on the zodiac constellations. So that is a lot of content to start you out with, and I've only touched the tip of the iceberg when it comes to online homeschooling programs. So if you want to do a little bit more research, as I said before, I recommend checking out the Modulo website. You can either use our AI concierge to ask for recommendations in 90 subjects. The AI is actually reviewed by real learning specialists. So if we don't have a recommendation for you, someone will read your question and give you a recommendation or find you a recommendation. We also have the whole directory of resources on Modulo that you can browse through by subject or search. And then there's the free curriculum planner that matches your child with curriculum based on their unique archetype. And that includes both online and offline nature-based or literature-based programs. And what we typically do is we ask you about your child's grade. Obviously, that's important. But then just what their favorite activity is. Do they like video games? Do they like playing outside? What your own family's preferences are around screen time, because that matters too. Your budget, and then if your child has any special needs. We do find that activities tend to be a better signal of what kind of curriculum children will love, but it is also helpful. For example, we talked about Nessie, which is a great program for kids with dyslexia. So don't be overwhelmed when it comes to online homeschooling programs. The world is your oyster, and we are here to help you find the best fit for your unique child. So I hope you have some fun doing some research. Make sure to try them out, see what your child likes, and enjoy learning with your child.